question 1, we want to show that 4 and 2 over 3 plus 3 and 4 over 5 is equals to 8 and 7 over 15. There's two methods. So method 1, you're going to convert both fraction into improper fraction. So 4 and 3 over 2 becomes 3 times 4 times 3 is 12, then plus 2 be 14 over 3, plus 3 times 5 is 15, plus 4 is 19 over 5. And this is equals to, remember adding fractions, we need to have the same denominator. So this would be 3 times 5. So 14 we have to times by 5 plus 3 times 19. Typing this into our calculators, we should have 70 plus 57 divided by 15. And we must show that this is equals to 127 over 15. So a lot of you have missed our mark because you haven't shown it equals to 127 over 15. And this is equals to 8 and 7 over 15. Method 2. And we're just going to convert them into the same denominator. So this is 4 and remember the common denominator is 15. So we have 10 over 15 plus 3 and remember that we need to change the denominator to 15. So this would be 4 times 3 is 12. Then we're just going to add fraction. So 4 plus 3 is equals to 7. 10 plus 12 is 22 over 15. Again, a lot of you missed the mark because you haven't showed this stage here. This is equals to 7 and 22 over 15. And it's equals to 8 and 7 over 15. Remember at the end, you must say this, the answer you get is equals to what you want to show. Question 2. The table shows the lowest temperature for the months for each of 6 months. So question A asks for the 6 months has the lowest temperature. So remember this is our number line. So remember this is your 0. So this is positive and this is negative. So the lowest temperature would be the greatest number with a negative sign. And this is minus 18, which is December. Part B, work out the difference between the lowest temperature in August. So the lowest temperature in August is 12, and the lowest temperature in November is minus 9. So we want to find the difference. So basically, we do 12, subtract minus 9. Remember, minus minus becomes positive. So 12 plus 9 equals 21. Part C, the lowest temperature in March was 23 degrees lower than the lowest temperature in August. So we know the temperature in August is 12, and the temperature in March was 23 degrees lower than August. So we subtract 23. So we should have minus 11. So the answer is minus 11 degrees Celsius. Question 3. Write one of those 5 cents in each of the box, so each of those statements is true. So basically, which number is higher, 4 or 9? 4 is less than 9. Minus 3 and minus 8, so this again just thinking about our number lines. This is 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So the bigger the negative number, the smaller the number. So -8 is less. So -3 is greater than -8. The table shows the information about the boiling point and the freezing point of some elements. So which of those elements has the lowest boiling point? Remember, the lowest boiling point is those information here. Those are the boiling points. And we ask which one has the lowest boiling point. This means the smallest number. And this is -246. So the answer is no. Part C, which of those elements has the largest difference in temperature between its boiling point and its freezing point? So we want to see which one has the biggest difference between the boiling and freezing point. So we want to find the difference. So we find the difference simply by subtracting them from each other. So we're going to subtract -35, subtract -101. So we basically just type into our calculator, -35 -101. We have 66. We do the same thing here, 357, subtract -39. We have 396 -246 -249. So 3 -183 -218. Difference is 35. So the biggest difference is 396, and this is mercury. So doctor is going to cool chlorine from its boiling point to its freezing point. So we're now looking at chlorine. And from boiling point to its freezing point, he knows that it takes 2 minutes for the temperature of chlorine to go down 10 degrees Celsius. And work out how long it will take chlorine to cool from its boiling point to its freezing point. We have worked out before, so the difference between the boiling point and the freezing point is 66. So you get a point by saying the difference is 66. And we know that every 2 minutes, it cools down 10 degrees. So 1 minute, it will cool down 5 degrees Celsius. So we want to know how many minutes it will cool down 66. So we do 66 divided by 5. We have 13.2 minutes. Question 4. In a school, students must study at least one language from German, French, and Spanish. So this means all the numbers have to be in the circle because it must be in German, French, or Spanish. There are 30 students in a class of the school. So inside the box, it has to be the total is 30. So remember when we fill in the diagram, we always start from the intersection in the middle. So 7 studies all 3 of the language. So 7 goes into the middle because it's an intersection. So this 7 students studies German, French, and Spanish. Then 10 studies both German and French. So remember, 10 studies German and French. So German and French is this intersection here. So this part needs to add up to 10. So we have 7. Therefore, how many more do we need to make 10? So this part is 3, because 3 plus 7 give us 10. Next part, Spanish and German is 12. So Spanish and German, so this intersection here has to equals to 12. And we have 7 already, so 7 plus, so we have 12, so 12 minus 7, we have 5. Therefore, this part is equals to 5. So now the intersection add to 12. Next part, we have French and Spanish. So French and Spanish is this intersection here. And they need to have 9 students. So we know that in the middle is 7. So we have 9 take away 7 equals 2. Next part, 16 studies Spanish. This means this circle here, everything in here needs to add up to 16. So what do we have already? So we have 16 take away 5, take away 7, take away 2. This is equals to 2. Then we know 18 studies German. This means in this big circle here, had to add up to 18. And we have 18 take away the 7 here, take away the 5 here, take away the 3 here. We have 3 remaining, so 3 goes in here. Now the German circle add up to 18 students. And work out the number of students in the class who studies French. So now we need to work out how many students we have left. Remember, the students add up to 30. So we take away 3, take away 3, take away 5, take away 7, take away 2, take away 2. We have 8. So 8 students only studies French. But the question asks us how many who studies French. This means we want to find this circle here. So this means we want to find how many people in this circle here. This is everyone who studies French. So only studies French and German, studies French and Spanish, and studies French, German, and Spanish. So we need to add them up. This is 8 plus 2 plus 7 plus 3 equals 20. So there's 20 students who studies French. Question 5. So, Jenny invests 8,500 for 3 years in a savings account, and she gets 2.3% interest. How much money will Jenny have in her savings account at the end of 3 years? So remember, it's interest, it means it's percentage increase. So we work out percentage increase. We want to find 2.3% as a decimal multiplier. So remember, we always start with 100%. Then we plus 2.3%. This is equals to 102.3%. Then we change this into the decimal multiplier by divide by 100. So this is equals to 1.023. and its compound interest over 3 years. So it start with our original 8,500 multiplied by 1.023. Because it's 3 years, it's to the power of 3, and it equals to 9,100.09. But remember, the answer want you to give to the nearest dollar. So a lot of you have given us a decimal point, which loses your mark. So this is equals to 9,100 to the nearest dollar. So this get you full 3 marks. So Rami bought a house on 1st of January 2015. In 2015, the house increased its value by 15%. In 2016, the house decreased by 8%. So on the 1st of January 2017, the value of the house was this much, 687,700. So what was the value of the house at 1st of 2015? So this is actually a reverse percentage question. So remember how, just to help you to think through the problem. So this is 2015. This is 2016. And this is 2017. So we know the house from 2015 to 2000 increased by 15%. So percentage increase, remember we do 100% plus 15% equals 115%. Change into this to decimal multiplier, give us 1.15. So we multiplied by 1.15. Then the next part, the cost decreases by 18%. So we always start from 100. So decrease means we subtract 8%. This is 92%. Change it into decimal multiplier equals 0.92. So we multiplied by 0.92 to get to our value from 2017. So we want to find the value at 2015. So we're just doing the reverse. We divide by 0.92, then we divide by 1.15. So the value in 2017 was 687,700. We divide by 0.92, give us the value in 2016. This is 747,500. So this is our value at 2016. Then we use this value, divide by 1.15. We get 65000. So this is our answer in 2015. So your answer should be $650,000. Question 6. So we're writing this as a mixed number. So we want to say how many, so 56 divided by 9, we would have 6 and 6 times 9 is 54, and we have a remainder of 2. So our mixed number is 6 and 2 over 9. Show that this equals this. So the only thing you have to remember is keep, flip, keep, change, flip to do your division by fraction. So we have keep 2/3, change the sign, multiply, flip the second fraction, which is 2/1, and this is equals to 4/3. Show that the two fractions subtracting. So remember